Hello students, I am Pramod Jadhav from Silver Green English School. Today we are going to study English poem for class ninth. Name of the poem is Rain on the Roof. It is written by Coates Kinney. First of all, we will see introduction. As we read the title of the poem, Rain on the Roof, so we come to know that this poem is about rain. Here, poet tells us about the rain which is falling on the rooftop of the house of the poet. He tells us about the memories which are related to the rain. So, this is a very suitable time to study this poem as the season of monsoon is going on and everyone is experiencing rain. Now, in this lesson, we cover the explanation of the poem and discussion of the difficult word meaning as well as literary devices used by the poet. Now, I will read the first stanza for you. When the humid shadows hover over all the starry spheres and the melancholy darkness gently weeps in rainy tears. What a bliss to press the pillow of a cottage chamber bed and lie listening to the patter of the soft rain overhead. So, students, here poet says when the humid shadow hovering in the sky. It means now here we can see humid shadow means black clouds. Here it is given black clouds over all the starry spheres. So poet gives us the description of scene, the outside of his room. He says there are huge clouds with full of moisture moving around in the sky and the dark sky which is having stars. So stars seems to be sad and it seems as if the sky is crying as rain drops. Now here we can see what is the meaning of melancholy. Melancholy means sad and gently weeps in rainy tears. Now here weeps means cry. What a bliss to press the pillow. Now bliss means happiness of a cottage chamber. Now what is the cottage chamber? You can see in the word meaning bedroom. And lie listening to the patter. What is the meaning of the word patter? Hear sound of raindrops. Now see what the poet tells us. Poet tells us that it seems as if the sky is crying as raindrops have a tears of sky. So here poet compares rain as the tears of the sky. Then poet expresses his feelings. He says, I am very happy. He is very blissful. Why he is very blissful? When I am lying on the bed. Now poet is laying on the bed and my head rests of the pillow. Now here see press the pillow means poet's head is resting on the pillow of a cottage chamber bed. Now as I told you cottage chamber means bedroom and in the on the bed of his bedroom he is lying and when he is laying on the bed At that time, he is resting his head on the pillow. And I can hear. Now, poet says that he can hear the sound of the raindrops falling off the roof of his room. So he is very happy to listen the sound of raindrops on the roof of his house. Means you can see here the sound of, what is the word used for the sound? That is the patter. Patter is the word which is used for the sound of raindrops falling on the roof. Now we will see stanza number 2. Okay, let me read first it for you. Every tinkle on the shingles has an echo in the heart, and a thousand dreamy fancies into busy beings start, and a thousand recollections weave their air thread into woof as I listen to the patter of the rain upon the roof. Now, see here, poet is telling us about the his experiences. So here the poet expresses his feelings. So first of all, let's see the words tinkle. Tinkle means light raining sound. So he says every tinkle on the shingles. Now what is the meaning of shingles? Shingles means rectangular wooden tiles used on the roof. So when you can see the in the most of the villages you can see such type of houses where on the roof shingles are there. Rectangular wooden tiles are being used for the making of roof. So what he is telling? He is telling every tinkle on the shingles means the light raining sound on the shingles has an echo in the heart. Now what is the meaning of echo? Repeated sound. When rain is falling at that time, the repeated sound, the same type of repeated sound is coming. So that is echo. And a thousand dreamy fancies into busy being start, and a thousand recollections. Now poet is telling us what is the recollections? Memories of past weave their air thread into woof. Now what is the meaning of woof? Woof, the threads woven across the loom. So here poet is making imagination that in the air, as you know, loom where the clothes are made. You can see how the clothes are made. They are made by making the thread, and that is woven across the loom. In the same way, the rain is also making a woof in the air threads as I listen to patter of the rain upon the roof. Now here poet what says? Let's see. Here the poet expresses his feelings. He says every tinkle on the shingles has an echo in the heart. Whenever he hears the sound of the rain falling on the rooftop of his house, there is repeated sound in his heart and a thousand dreamy fancies. So, as the poet is sleeping and dreaming, and in the dreaming, he has many different fanciful images into the busy hearing start. Busy hearing, busy being start. Now, busy being start refers to human being, and here poet refers to himself. He says the sound of raindrops on the roof creates many different different dreams in his mind and 1,000 recollections. It means memories of the past which come back into his mind as dreams. So he says that as he listens to the patter of the rain upon the roof, he has many dreams in his mind and memories of the past coming in his mind as the dreams. Okay, so let's see the third stanza. What is there in the third stanza? Let me read first Apol third stanza for you. Now in memory comes my mother as she used in years agone to regard the darling dreamers. Ere she left them till the dawn. Oh, I feel her fond look on me as I list to this refrain which is played upon the shingles by the patter of the rain. Now see, now in the memory comes my mother as she used in years agone. Years agone, agone means past. So now poet is remembering his mother to regard the darling dreamers. Darling means loving. Here, era before she left till the dawn. Oh, I feel her fond look on me. Now list here. Dawn means day breaks. List means listen. Refrain. Now what is the meaning of refrain? Refrain means the sound of the rain. Okay. So let's see what the poet wants to tell us in the third stanza. So the poet says that as he listens the song of the raindrops on his rooftop on the his house. Now in this stanza poet introduces his mother. He says that he is dreaming of his mother as he had told in the previous stanza that rain brings him memories of past. His mother loves him passionately. She was considering him as a darling and she left them till the dawn and she would let him sleep till the daybreak. And the poet says that he can still feel that his mother is still looking at him as he listens to the music, as he listens to the song of the rain, which is played upon the shingles by the patter of the rain. The poet says that as he listens to the sound of song made by raindrops which falls on the rooftop of his room, he is reminded of his mother and the past. His mother is no longer with him. He is reminded her and he gets the memories of his past. When his mother looked at him lovingly and he feels that still even now his mother is looking at him with love, with affection, because sound of the rain makes him correlate his past with his present, because even then that time his mother was there. There was the same rain, same song that he heard, and he is hearing that song now also. That is why poet is touch the sound of the raindrops on the shingles of his room. That's all. Now we will discuss about the literary devices that is used in the poem by the poet. Now in the first stanza, here we can see poet has used first rhyming scheme. So first figure of speech is that rhyming scheme. If you see in the stanza 1, that is A B C B D F E. A B C B D E F E. Rhyming scheme is being used. Second, most important, alliteration. What is the meaning of alliteration? The repetitive use of consonant sound at the start of two or more consecutive words in close relation. Now here examples I have given from the first stanza. When the humid shadow hover. Now see, her sound is repeated. Here you can see humid, her, hover, her. Next example, over all the starry spheres. Now starry spheres. S sound in starry, spheres in a S sound. So in both words you can see at the beginning S sound is there. So S sound is repeated. What a bliss to press the pillow. Now here again P sound is there. Press in the word and the pillow. So in the next you can see and and lie listening to the patter. Now here you can see lie, listening, sound to the patter. Now sound is repeated. Now next, third one, onomatopoeia. Now onomatopoeia, it is use of sound words in poem. For example, patter. Patter is the word which is the sound word, and that's why it is called onomatopoeia. Fourth figure of speech is here personification. What is personification? Personification is giving a human like qualities to the non-living things. For example, from the first stanza, and the melancholy darkness gently weeps in rainy tears. Now here you can see weeps. Darkness gently weeps. Now darkness is here non-living thing. Okay. Now you can see here it is weeping. So weeps. That is the, you can see here personification. Who is weeping? Human being. Who is crying? Human being. So here that is given. Now fifth figure of speech is being used here, transferred epithet. What is the definition of transferred epithet? It is used when an adjective usually used to describe one thing is transferred to another. It means when this adjective is transferred to a different noun. For example, melancholy, darkness. Now here you can see darkness, melancholy. In actually this melancholy is not used for the darkness. Melancholy adjective used for the different thing. So that's why here transferred epithet is being formed. Now we will see for the second stanza. Now in the second stanza, what is the rhyming scheme? A, B, C, B, D, E, F, E. Similar way. In the first stanza also same rhyming scheme is being used, and in the second stanza also same rhyming scheme is being used. Second, again here alliteration is being used. Second literary device is here alliteration. The repetitive use of consonant sound at the start of two or more consecutive words in close relation. For example, here you can see into busy being start. So busy being, b sound is repeated. View their air thread into oop. So in the here also you can see their thread. So th sound is repeated. Of the rain upon the roof. Now here also r sound is repeated. You can see here in a red color. Now next is there onomatopoeia. Now onomatopoeia again, what is onomatopoeia? It is use of sound words in the poem. So now for example again in the second stanza patter is being used and tinkle. These two words are, you can see here, sound words. Now fourth one, personification. Personification is giving a human like qualities to the non living things. So again for example, and 1,000 recollections weave their air thread into whoops. Now here also you can see personification, recollection. Now, who is doing recollection? Human being. Memories. Who is having memories? Human being. So, here also personification is there. Now, fifth number literary device is being used in the second stanza is that transferred epithet. As I told you, it is used when an adjective usually used to describe one thing is transferred to another. It means when this adjective is transferred to a different noun. So here dreamy fancies. Now example is there, dreamy fancies. Now fancies means images. So images are dreamy. Who is looking dream? Images are looking dreams? No. So here poet is looking dream. So here you can see dreamy. So dreamy fancies. Dreamy is an adjective that is creating transferred epithet. Okay. Now we will see third stanza. In the third stanza you can see rhyming scheme A B C B D F E. So similarly again in the third stanza same first second third in all three stanza in this poem you can see similar type of rhyming scheme. Now alliteration. Second in the third stanza second literary device is being used, that alliteration. So here for example, now in memory comes my mother. Now you can see ma sound is repeated, memory, my mother. In the same way, to regard the darling dreamers. Now the sound is darling, dreamer. So here also the sound is repeated. Again you can see here onomatopoeia. Third one is being used, onomatopoeia. So it is used of sound word in the poem. So patter word is again repeated here. So patter is sound word. So that's why it is creating as the onomatopoeia. So thank you students all.